Hi everybody, good Wednesday morning. It's time to talk about the markets with Jim Cramer on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. All right, Jim, China announcing some fresh tariffs on the U.S., but stocks not really?
Chinese aren't going to stop. This is really, I was with someone who was very close to President Xi. And President Xi made it very clear to my source, look, if you think that we are done or we're not going to win this, you're insane. We're going to come after the U.S. with everything. And I think that that's something that you see. It's tit for tat, but the Apple news is still lingering. We allow everybody to come public. We have Fang.com. It's not even the Fang that I created.
It's not your
Fang. Fang. But this is all about, we have unfettered markets. They are willing to fetter. And how much can a democracy fight against a command economy? I contend ultimately that all command economies have failed. But I will give the Chinese this. They are playing hardball.
Well, Jim, that's interesting about President Xi because we've also talked about how maybe people around him are a little bit more forgiving on the U.S. situation.
Well, we do have some people there saying, listen, why isn't the president coming to terms with the other president? Why can't they get in a room and solve this and lower some tariffs? And there's a lot of belief. Remember that there were many slights to the Chinese in the previous century. They take a long-term view both in the future and they have a great memory of the past. And they are not going to heal. That's why I've been saying our president's been going for what I consider to be unconditional surrender. It's time that they went for something that would help the American worker in a way that makes it so that we don't slow down world trade, which is my chief concern at this point.
Yeah, well,
because the economy, look, our president reacted by saying we get a 5% GDP. If that's the case, then we can continue to play hardball with the Chinese. We don't even have to let up.
If we get 5, that's not too far off from where China's economy is growing.
Yeah, well, I think we could, the president believes I think that we can pass China's economy if he keeps putting up sanctions but you know what, the president needs everybody to put up sanctions. Now, I'm not political, but remember, 500 billion here comes here, but if you wanted to shut down the Chinese, you'd have to really shut down Europe. You have to have Europe shut down what the Chinese import, and that's the only way to really get this done because we're not big enough. We're a huge part of the Chinese economy. We're not big enough ourselves.
All right, Jim, we have to talk about Tesla. You wrote about it in Real Money.
Yeah, the SEC, what do the shorts want? They want the SEC to investigate. Well, if he didn't dump, they won't do it. They really want to know. I mean, they don't have people selling. Why are people not selling? Because he's now put out a $420 price tag. Thank you, Matt Horween, to talk about how he hypothecated this stock, which would mean that he actually wants it to go up as a way to be able to, frankly, borrow and buy more. You get a rebate. I will say this. I see the Financial Times story about the idea that they could have, 3 to 5, big stake that they bought.
Saudis.
Saudis. They had $2 billion, right? $2 billion. They could have written a check right to Musk if Musk really needed financing. This showed me that Musk doesn't need financing. If there's an element to the whole story that matters, it's that a lot of people believe that Musk was blowing smoke when he said he did not need financing. So why didn't he take the $2 billion? And the answer is he doesn't need financing. That's the real story.
Well, and there was initial concern that the tweet maybe wasn't from him, and we didn't know at that time.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
That's right.
All right, Jim, let's talk about Papa John's. The sales continue to decline.
I will not go away. I mean, look, the problem with, and here's an actual point, of course, because I like to give you action. By Domino's, the decline. There's a zero-sum game right now in the pizza business, and I've got to tell you, Pizza Hut's doing quite badly. Obviously, Papa John had a terrible July. Now, they did forecast that things could go up in the second half, but not up. I mean, up from there, meaning down 7 instead of down 10. But this does not go back to the mom and pops. It goes to Domino's. So, to me, even though I think that you could probably put some price on Papa John's because we've seen restaurants come back from even double digits, hint Chipotle. I do think that Domino's is the way to play this problem.
And you've often said that Domino's is a tech company that happens to sell pizza.
Domino's is, if you take a look if you're on the Papa John call, you'll see how far behind they are technologically from Domino's. It's really night and day. But of course, Starbucks was behind. Everybody was behind because Pat Doyle was visionary when he was the CEO. And Rich House is doing the same. Very good stuff. But I am just amazed at how strong Domino's is and how weak Papa John's is.
Jim, we got some more details on Disney Flix, as some are calling it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, what matters there is that Bob Iger said that that ESPN Plus is doing well. Obviously, the big negative on the story had been that ESPN was declining. He made me feel much more confident that the decline has been arrested. The movie schedule, he went over that. He talked about the movie schedule twice. He's got the opportunity to have a Netflix-like situation, but that's going to be far off. I think the story is that the future you've got, as Bob always lays it out, you got 2019, 2020, 2021 will all be good. It's a buy. It's a strong buy right here, right now.
He also said in terms of content on Disney Flix, they're going to walk, not run in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I say it's staged. It's perfect. That's what you want from a CEO. You want to give you a multi-year forecast.
All right, Jim, who do you have coming up on Mad Money tonight?
I've got IDEX Labs. This is humanization of pets. This is a story that we actually broke on Real Money and then followed up on TheStreet. I think that the humanization of pets is one of the strongest stories out there. Check Clorox with their kitty litter product. Zoetis, look at that stock, is amazing. Look at Elanco. After they announced they're going to spin off, we thought for sure it was in the stock for Action Alerts. Don't forget, we got an Action Alerts call tomorrow at 11:30. But it is, that's our club call. Please join and just trial us even. I think you'll get a kick out of it because we're very self-effacing. But yeah, I mean, IDEX Labs is a story for the ages. It's been remarkable, just remarkable.
Okay, Jim, we'll be watching tonight, 6 p.m. on CNBC. And for more, please join us on our ActionAlertsPlus.com video.